All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Today, I'm going to tell you a story when I was living in LA. I was dating a girl and we went on a night out. And at the end of the night, I had to watch her get into a bed, feel up another man right in front of me. She had that much cheek and balls. That's right. That's right. This was about 12 years ago, guys. And I think this is a good one to talk about today. But, excuse me, why I want to talk about this is it's amazing that fear and tension can be the greatest thing ever. It can be the greatest thing ever, and it gives you a self-discovery. Maybe that sounds corny, but let me just keep going anyway. So we go back 12 years ago. I'm living in LA. I'm going to acting class. I'm working, right? Wannabe actor, the usual scenario. So I end up going to acting class. I meet this gorgeous girl, South African blonde bombshell, brown, beautiful blonde hair, brown eyes, beautiful tan skin, straight off the boat from South America. She's in my acting class. So we end up doing some scenes together. We're hooking up, which was great, and it was really good. It was really like this gonna be fun to talk about, actually. So as we're in acting class together, we're doing a scene together, and it actually caused a lot of intensity. And that's the weird thing about acting class, where you must bring your reality to the table. Okay, that's what acting is all about. It's not about acting, in other words, pretending. It's about actually the opposite way. It's about being as truthful as you are in this scene that you're doing. Okay, so it's the complete opposite, and it's, even though at the end of the day it still is not real, but you'd be amazed in how many times you can have this like, wow, Jesus, I really felt that really felt real. It's amazing. So the background information is we're seeing each other for about 2 or 3 weeks, and like, that's it. 2 or 3 weeks, and it's kind of heating up between us. Now, she's away from home, I'm away from home. What do you do, right? And we're doing the scene together, it all goes well, then we're hanging out together, we're drinking together, and then we end up hooking up, and then we're dating each other after the few weeks. And like, I'm looking to be with her. Like, genuinely, I want to be with her. I want to see where this goes. And she's telling me the same thing. She's saying, oh yeah, and I even call over to her house one night, and get this, I call over to her house. She tells me, oh, look at that beautiful house next door. Wouldn't that be lovely if we ever had it? I'm like, all right, this is going a little too quick, right? And at the same time, I was kind of flattered, that, oh, well, she kind of likes to be with me. Now, didn't even alarm to me. Red flags going off in my head. No, I was like, oh, well, it's kind of weird, but it's nice too. So let's just keep going here, Pete. So, as we're going, we go out one night. And all of a sudden, I'm wanting at this stage to see where this goes, and hopefully we turn into boyfriend-girlfriend. So we go out on a night out anyway, with one of the other guys from acting class, and a couple of others, so there's about 5 or 6 of us. So we're on the dance floor, we're off the dance floor, a few of the guys and girls are on the dance floor. So all of a sudden I'm talking to one of the other girls from acting class, and she looks over and she goes, have you seen it? What's going on the dance floor here? So I'm like, who? So I'm looking around, so then I spot the girl that I'm seeing and the other guy from acting class, who's meant to be my friend, by the way. That's right. And they're getting it on the dance floor. They're grinding up on top of each other. They're not kissing yet. So I'm kind of going, what the hell? This is Dirty Dancing, right? If you've seen the movie, guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Grinding up on top of each other. I'm like, this is a bit inappropriate, don't you think? So the girl next to me says, you're seeing her, right, aren't you? Like, she's baffled at this stage. She's wondering, what? Are you seeing each other? Or are you finished it or what? I'm like, no, we're meant to be, and I'm feeling like the biggest clown the world's ever fucking seen at this stage. I'm thinking, no, well, that's what I thought too. And I'm so like, oh my god, I look like the biggest spastic in the world here. This is insane. So I'm trying to keep it together. I don't want to cause a scene, right? I don't want to go up and say to her, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Okay? I'm dying inside. Like, absolutely dying inside. I'm rage, jealousy, of course. Confusion. Adrenaline rushing through my body. So anyway, I go over to her and I'm like, hey, is everything alright here? Oh yeah, everything's fine, Peter. Like, okay, what have I fucking happened? What's just happened? Now, guys and girls, if this has ever happened to you, fair enough, you know what it's like, but this was my first time this has ever happened to me, and let me tell you this, I am so fucking confused. I'm so fucking lost as in what's going on. I was even so lost, I even went back over to that girl. We went into the smoking room. So she's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. In fact, she goes, Peter, you're still with her, right? And she's almost laughing at this stage. And she goes, look, I'm sorry. And she even said, she goes, look, sorry, now I don't mean to be laughed, but like, what? This is not a believable situation. This is unstable. And I went, no fucking shit, it's unstable. So I'm so confused. I even turned to her and I went, Jesus Christ, did I have a fight with her or something? Or did she dump me? Did I dump her? I'm literally that confused. These thoughts are entering my head because why in God's name would the girl go from, oh, wouldn't that be a nice house together for us two, all of a sudden so obvious out there that she's all over this guy? Like, why would she be so obvious? It's almost like I completely fucked her over, fucked her best friend, and she's getting me back. Like, and I'm just going, okay, what the hell? So anyway, we go back in, and I'm dreading it now, guys. As you can imagine, you're like, oh my god, what's around the corner? So we get on the dance floor. They're not there. Now they're up at the bar. Now, nothing's happening at the bar. So I'm like, huh. Now, I don't want to make a scene. The girl, my friend from acting class, she doesn't want to make a scene either, of course. So we're kind of just like, okay, you know what, Peter? Let's just settle this later when the night's finished, and let's just get through the fucking thing. And, you know, believe me, guys, if you're listening to this and you're going, what the fuck, Peter? I'd be screaming from the rooftops. Believe me, guys, I get it, and I should have been. But you know, one of those scenarios where you're just like, this isn't real, or what the hell? Like, you're trying to register. So now, we end up all getting into a car. We go back to your man's place. Right now, she's in the back with me, the girl I'm meant to be seeing. We're holding hands, and I'm like, huh, okay, so she is trying to make me jealous, right? Now again, I didn't see any kissing yet and all that, but grinding, guys, and believe you me, grinding. So I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work out. And you know what? Let's just go back for a few drinks. Let's just, and I'm kind of like being detective here. I'm like, I want to see if anything else happens here, or something will unveil itself. So we get back. I go to the toilet. I come back, and the girl I'm seeing is in a bed with the guy that she was on the dance floor with. Now, when I say in a bed, we're in this apartment, and it's a really small apartment, guys, right? It's one of those, you know, acting people's apartments where it's just like one big room with the bed, the TV, the fucking kitchen in the corner, tiny little area, right? Everything's in one. And then you've got one extra room, which is the bathroom. So it's kind of like actually a hotel room. So I come out of the toilet, and the girl that I'm with, the girl, sorry, not girl I'm with, the girl, my friend who's actually there too, she's just sitting there with like a ghost. Then I come out and I see the two of them are in bed. She's on top of him, not grinding him, but she's literally feeling him up down at the areas. And I just fucking froze, guys. And believe me, I know some of you are like, oh, I wouldn't take that shit. Blah, blah, blah. Trust me, guys. If you're in this scenario, you don't know what you're going to do. And every time I look back in it, back in the day, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is horrendous. How didn't I do anything? But I understand it too, because you can freeze up, trust me. So I leave and crying my eyes out, I gotta say. I'm fucking extremely hurt. And next day, met her. Next day, met your man. They fucked. Your man told me. She told me. I met them in 2 separate occasions. And so I met your man, and he goes, dude, you're with her? And I went, oh, come on, dude. You didn't know? You didn't know? Because I tell you, dude, sure, we've been hanging out for ages. What? I saw there was a bit of flirting, yeah. And I thought you may have been interested in her, but you never talked about her. You never did anything in front of me. I went, okay, fair enough. And he goes, I'm sorry, dude, Jesus fucking Christ. And I could tell the guy genuinely wouldn't have done it. He seems like maybe I'm wrong, but he seemed like a real upfront guy. And in fairness, when I was with her, without realizing it, we were always with each other when we were on our own. So like there was never any hugging, kissing in front of everybody else because it was acting class and you're just hanging out with other people. So then I spoke to her and she told me, and then she just said, oh yeah, absolutely. I'm like, wow. You could see she felt a little bad in terms of like, but she was only feeling bad in terms of, oh, I'm in this bullshit situation. Just go away. And I mean, it's a horrendous experience. Now, guys, the reason why I'm telling you this story is because I don't have any ill will about her anymore. She was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in my life with a lady. Because there comes a time when I realized this afterwards, that as hurt as I was, I realized that I really wanted to have a girlfriend at the time. And that's how I was feeling. I was in LA, 5,000 miles away from home, all on my own. It'd be lovely to have somebody, and you know, you're dealing with this type of thing. But if you're having a problem, guys, in a relationship, you know, you need these problems. That's why I always say, you need problems to grow as a human. Second, for the next relationship that comes your way. And you've got a piece of them now. You know what I mean? You've got a piece of them now. You've got a piece of that scar, okay? That toxic, horrendous feeling. And it toughens you up for the next person. So like there's a lot of people that contact me now about their dating scenario. They're wondering, oh, well, what about this and that and that? And that's cool. And I can get it. Like, guys, there's a lot of people that are still not back on their feet properly after 20, 21, 22. People are still struggling, you know? And a lot of people think, this is my real message here, guys. A lot of people think that they're the only ones suffering out here. You're not the only one suffering out here. I mean, that is a horrendous story as it is. I look back now, after all the hurt, and geez, like that did mess me up for about 6 months. It's like, oh my God, how can somebody do it? Because you feel like a fool. You feel humiliated. You feel, wow, am I that weak? Do I come across that weak? You know, you're wondering, how can somebody do that to someone else? And you have to realize that they're the one doing it. Not you. They are the one doing it. They have the problem. They are humiliating you. They are making fun of you. That's not a strong person. That's a weak person. Taking advantage of nothing. You know what I mean? And like guys, you know, I'm always very honest and stuff. And I'm going to close off with this. It's going to be a short episode today. The other thing I want to say is, I was in that scenario with her now, and yes, I felt very alone, and I really wanted a relationship at the time. But did I want a relationship at the time? I thought I did. And the most important lesson I learned out of this was that it was only because I was alone. I didn't want a girlfriend. Like I didn't fall for this girl in the first few weeks. I was in a scenario where I was lonely, therefore I was looking for something. I wasn't looking for her, I was looking for something. So really, the weakness out of this came was that I was feeling weak, and I was trying to fill that so to speak, pothole. So did I really want a relationship? What do you think? Talk to you later, guys.